Hello everyone, my name is Genesis Gallo and I am working on my promotion assignments. For some reason the video is not allowing me to edit it into the actual presentation that I'm doing, so I'll be adding short clips of myself throughout this presentation. Thank you. So for my promotion assignment, I decided to do the ad by Emrites called Do You Remember? To start off with, I want to talk about the importance of advertising. Advertising should be used to bring in new customers, keep brand loyalty, help the company compete against other companies, and generate profits. I provided two articles, one of them called The Importance of Advertising and another one called The Top 10 Reasons to Advertise Your Business. Both talk about the benefits it does, how it can help bring in new customers, help compete with companies, it can help generate brand loyalty, increase company traffic, and it helps keep customers up to date. All of this is what plays a role in making sure our company or products continue to stay known and up to date to people who are researching about it or come across our ads. Overall, ads are used to get people's interest and make sure they're interested enough to actually research and look into the companies or products. Where I got my ad from was from a company called Emrites, and for those that don't know, Emrites is an airline company and they're known for like their luxury airline. And I found some information about them through Forbes, where they were ranked 6th as the best airline and best flight entertainment. Due to COVID-19, a lot of airlines had to shut down and just be used for emergency flights, such as bringing people back to the US or shipping products out to help other countries or bringing in products to the US. So overall, the traveling industry had actually been put on shutdown mode until things slowly cleared up, which is why they ended up releasing this ad. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to add the video into my video here. It wasn't downloading for some reason, but I did provide a screenshot of the video so you can get a look into what it is, and I even provided the link to it as well. This is the ad that Emrites released on April 4th, 2020, and it's called Do You Remember? The purpose of this video was to try to show the positive side of traveling and to bring back good memories while taking on an optimistic approach for the future of what's going on. But although they did have good intentions releasing this ad, some people took it on the negative tone and thought it was tone deaf and insensitive. Because the company is an airline company, this ad was targeting travelers and people looking to travel after being in quarantine for a while. So the ad was just serving as a reminder for people to know that once quarantine is over, Emrites is here for them and will be offering to their services once travel is open and the hospitality industries open up again. Overall, their target market consisted of business travelers, families traveling together, influencers, etc. This ad serves as a reminder to the audience to remember the good times that they've had with traveling and to remember the times before COVID-19. But it's also providing a glimpse of what the future would be once COVID-19 is defeated. It shows family and friends getting together. It shows airlines flying in the skies again. It shows a happier, more relaxed time. So although it does show the images of the changes that people have had to go through, such as quarantine, self-isolation, social distancing, it shows that things will get better and things will calm down and that Emrites will be here for them once they decide to continue traveling again. Overall, the purpose of this ad was to serve as a reminder for people to remember the good times that they've had while traveling and to remind them that things will be okay. While the objective of this ad was to create an image for a hopeful future, to keep things happy and a little bit more upbeat so that people remember that things will get better. So ads have lots of different ways where they try to get their message across through the little seconds that they have. They can use a lot of images, videos, suspenseful sounds, or different sounds in general, basically. The way this ad was trying to get the message across was through the emotional appeal. So what I meant by the emotional appeal for an ad to get its message contents across is that the ad would rely on the audience's emotions to kind of come up during this ad and get them thinking through the times that they've had, get them feeling a certain way so that they would automatically think of this company, and in this case, Emrites. And with this ad, it had people thinking about all their past travels, the good time they've had with friends and family, and it gets them to miss the idea of traveling. So once they hear that airlines are open again and hospitality tourists are open again, they will think of this ad and think how Emirates is there for them and will be there to provide them the service they want and get them to their destination safely. With ads, there are different ways to get the purpose and the objective message across to the audience, and this is known through the message execution style. There's different forms for this, but in this ad, they use specifically three of them. The three message execution styles that were used in this ad were the slice of life, lifestyle, and our mood or images. Together, they were all used to help create the emotional appeal that we mentioned earlier. Slice of life and lifestyle went hand in hand together when it showed clips with families together, and then it showed the changes that they had to go through, such as the kids becoming homeschooled at home and being taught by their parents. It showed people trying to do different things while stuck in quarantine. While mood also goes hand in hand with the other two execution styles, mood went mainly along with the background music that was playing during the ad. It was both calming and yet slightly upbeat when it started talking more about the future and overcoming COVID. This helps set the mood for the viewers to think back on their memories, but when the song started speeding up, it allowed them to focus more on the ad and pay attention to what's actually going on. Conveniently, when the upbeat music started going on is when it showed more the airline workers, it showed the airplanes taking off. So this gets them thinking immediately to traveling. The way this ad was put together was editing videos together, adding voiceovers, background music, and even adding captions to it as well. But put together, it was all very cleverly crafted to help deliver the message as well. For example, the captions in the video were most likely to help the hearing impaired audience, but it also served as a visual aid to the audience as well. Usually with captions in the bottom, some people tend to read it, but if you notice when the music became more upbeat and talked more about the future, the captions got much bigger and much bolder, which showed more of a authoritative and for sure it's gonna happen, or in this case, when people say, why are you talking in all caps, and it shows that they're being more louder, more effective, which shows enthusiasm. That enthusiasm and boldness and capitalized captions is what grabs the audience's attention and gets them to see the message that was trying to spread across. And if you see when the captions got more bigger, it's when the airline workers were shown, and it shows when the Emirates plane was taking off. So when they think of COVID recovering and airlines opening up again, the image that should pop into their head is the Emirates plane taking off. Even the videos and the music worked together. The videos had such contrasting scenes, from happy scenes to empty beach chairs to an empty parking lot to then a cheering, clapping crowd to an airplane taking off. And those videos also went to the background music. The lower the music was, it was more the nostalgia sense where it showed the families together. While when the music got more upbeat and a little bit more faster, it was with the plane taking off and the people cheering. So put together, it was all a really clever idea to help with the emotional appeal that we mentioned before and to get the purpose and the objective off and for the audience to understand them. So although I am highly appraising this ad and basically saying how amazing it was and how it provides hope for after COVID, it did have a lot of negative comments to it. A lot of people thought it was inconsiderate, tone deaf, and not really being aware of the actual situation and severity that COVID-19 has caused. So yes, the company did have the right idea of the message that they wanted to get across, such as the hopeful future, overcoming COVID, but many saw the ad as tone deaf and inconsiderate. Many thought it was the problems that were shown in the video were not so severe as what's really going on. For example, in the news, all you see is death rates going up. You see hospital workers being overworked. You see people leaving in body bags, the employment rate going sky high rise, and people struggling, losing jobs, losing homes, shoppers going crazy. The audience thought it didn't show any of that. It just showed people working out at home and, just doing their own thing while in quarantine. In an article I found called Emirates Do You Remember Hits the Wrong Note, it's talking about the ad and how it was nice of the company to try to have a positive outlook, but that more realistic scenes at least should have been added. Maybe not so severe that it cannot be shown in public, but to show a little more seriousness in the situation that's going on. This is why I believe adding a little more real life examples would make it a little more realistic and show that, the company is aware that COVID-19 has caused a lot of problems for many people and are causing people to suffer and all of that. But it should be in a way where it can still focus on the meaning of the message, how things will get better. This is why I believe adding a little more real examples will make the video more realistic and appeal to those who believe the ad was tone deaf or inconsiderate. So, more realistic examples could be adding images such as empty streets, empty hotels, essential workers working, people arriving home tired, or videos that help create like a somber mood in the beginning of the ad. So, when we reach the future aspect of the ad, it can be a little more upbeat and show that yes, times are still tough and COVID is still going on, but there will be a time that everything will get better. But this would also show that the company realizes what COVID is doing and that they do acknowledge it and they don't think it's something simple. Like many other ads, before they are shown to different parts of the world, there will have to be some changes done to it. So with this ad, it was pretty vague and it could be applied to different regions, but some changes would have to be done to it as well. For example, some of the changes that can be done should be adding more people of color or different ethnicities, maybe even add more people who live in that region based on the region they're showing it to. Another one could be by changing the scene in the ad where it shows the beach with the two chairs. They can change it to another tourist destination that is popular for people to go to who live in that region. Another change that would have to be done would be the captions. It should be modified to another language that is most popular and most spoken to in the region they are showing the ad to. Overall, this is my view on the ad Do You Remember by Emrights, and these are the citations that I use for all the information that I mentioned and used to write my paper.